Hi, and welcome to another session of Hillbilly Chess, the Bastard Pawn by Peggy Watkins. That'd be me. It's available on Amazon in ebook and paperback. So last time we were talking about the birthday party. So I feel like I kind of cut that a little bit short. So I want to kind of go back there. And I'm going to go to page 77. So if you have your book, grab that book and flip there with me. So what I remember talking about last was I told you about the birthday party, and I told you about how my name was on the birthday cake and how Virgie got pissed off at me and she scraped my name off. So it was just Jeffrey's birthday party, not mine. And I left at telling you about my best friend in 3rd grade, Sarah. She was at my birthday party, which she wasn't supposed to be because I was supposed to tell her not to come, but I didn't. Anyways, I want to kind of start back there. So that's where I'm going to start on page 77, second paragraph. Mommy looked over at me and told me to straighten my face out. Aunt Chelsea and Uncle Claude said nothing in my defense, nor did I. And I will say the reason they didn't say anything in my defense was because why would they? They would just get yelled at, and she would make more of a scene, and they knew it. She told me I was acting like a baby and to grow up and stop it, or I'd get her fist down my throat. And she told me that in front of all the kids, by the way. My cousins, my cousins were there, and Jeffrey, and my BFF, Sarah, at that time. And Sarah was terrified, and I am sure in her household, words and threats like that were non-existent. She stood up and told me she was going outside to wait for her mom. She had tears in her eyes, and my mother told her to sit down for a minute and stay inside. Then the taunting with the gift began. My mother scoffed and threatened that I wouldn't get to open it or even have it if I didn't act right. Confusion consumed me once again, and I wasn't sure what I had done. I feared that she'd make Sarah leave and spank me, or worse yet, spank me in front of my best friend. Yeah, it was a very tough day that was supposed to be one of the best days of my life. Well, after she goaded me, she then gave me the gift and told me in front of Sarah how stupid and spoiled I was and how I didn't need anything. I had to wait for permission to open the gift. She took her time, making sure Sarah knew I was unworthy of anything, including being her friend, and that she shouldn't even play with me. I kid you not, I remember very clearly. She would point her finger at Sarah and say, "Why's you's playing with her? She's too stupid." And she just, I don't know why she was so mean. I never could really understand why the meanness in her. I get that I was a product of her husband and her sister. I also get how I was that product. Why, how, whatever. But it's like she just, everything was my fault. No matter what it was all my fault. And when I was finally allowed to open it after all that bullshit, I gleaned. It was a game, alley up. It was mine. I had never had my own board game, or any game for that matter. I didn't have to share it or give it to Jeffrey. Sarah and I were ordered to go outside, so we dashed. Sitting on the grass in my front yard, we played, and we managed to get about halfway up the alley when her mom came. She told me thanks, hugged me, and off she went. She seemed excited to see her mom. Well, really fucking blame her. And in a big hurry to leave. Whoo, wow, that's a surprise. Hell, do you blame her? I would have been running for my life had I been her. Well, Sarah and I played together at school, but her mom never allowed her to come over to my house. I never invited her over again because I knew what would happen, and I just didn't invite my friends over to my house because why? Why would I? I would just get shamed and everything else. It wouldn't be good. But, hate began stockpiling inside my heart for a mommy who was never my mommy. And with every breath I took, the walls of revulsion grew thicker and taller each day. I hated the life I had. I hated the family I was in, and I hated being alive. I was a third grader, and I can remember going to bed at night and saying my prayers and asking, Jesus, is there any way I can come and live with you? I know that, I was so young I didn't comprehend that, in order to go live, in heaven, you actually have to die. But I think whatever it would have taken to go live with Jesus and just get out of the mess I was in, I would have been okay with that. And I was in third grade. I remember I prayed that prayer every night for a couple years because I was so worn down. I was so worn down. I just couldn't take it. Obviously, I managed. Here I am, about to have a birthday. I don't know if I want to tell y'all how old I am. I guess you can figure it out if you read the book. I'll be 60 on April 26th, and I've managed to survive it, and I think that that's pretty cool. I don't really call myself a victim because I'm not a victim anymore. I used to be a victim. I'm not a victim anymore. I'm a survivor. I am a strong fucking survivor. And I'm happy that I can talk about these things. And it's not that I don't break down and cry sometimes, because I certainly do. But I'm happy that I can talk about them freely and get it out. And when I share it, I'm sharing it because I want others to know that, hey, yes, I understand what abuse is. I lived it. I counseled it. Because I was a counselor for several years, and that's what I worked with was foster care, adoption, and abuse cases. But I lived it. I worked it. I survived it. And I just want others to know, and telling my story, what I want others to know is, if I can survive this shit, you can too. And there's always light at the end of the tunnel. There always is. And you just have to look at the good stuff. Like a few days ago, one of my aunts posted a picture of me and a bunch of my cousins when we were little. When I seen that she posted that, I literally cried and I laughed because I thought, look at us, we look so silly. But those are the memories that I cherish the most. I have no idea if my cousins know it or not, but you guys meant a lot to me growing up because you kind of held me together in times that I couldn't talk to you and I couldn't tell you what was going on because I was told not to, or they were going to kill my biological mom. Yeah. So, as a little kid, you want to protect those people. But I want my cousins to know that you guys meant a lot to me. You were just like, you were my fun time. You were my moments that I could breathe. You were my moments that I could laugh and have a good time. And I'm so glad that I'm still in contact with many of you today. You mean so much to me. And I didn't mean to start boo-hooing, but shit, sometimes it just happens. So, thank you for tuning in. Please grab a copy of my book. It's on Amazon in ebook and paperback, and I'm gonna wipe this and go blow my nose, and I'll see you in a week or so. Have a great day.